So when we're talking to customers, we often get asked, why does Zillow or Realtor.com show me one amount for my taxes for real estate, but when we talk about taxes or do the tax estimator on the property assessor's office, it's really different. So I'm going to share with you today everything you need to know about real estate taxes in Southwest Florida and how the homestead exemption works and how you can use that to your benefit. This is Angie with the Live Joy Southwest Florida channel. We are here to give you all the information that you need to know about living in and moving to Southwest Florida. If this is the type of information that you are interested in, you should definitely subscribe to our channel. And if you ring the bell, you'll be notified every time we release a new video. You can always reach me at 239-246-2322. Or you can schedule time directly with us by using the Calendly link that is located in the comment section below. So the first thing you need to remember when you are looking at real estate property online and you're reviewing all the fees and tax information that they have on there, you have to remember that that tax information is what the current property owner is paying, but that is not what you're going to pay. And let me explain why. In Florida, we actually have a homestead exemption available to Florida residents. And in order to be a Florida resident, that means that you live in Florida at least 6 months and 1 day out of the year. So if you are in fact a Florida resident, you can apply for a homestead exemption on your property. And this will give you an additional $50,000 exemption on your assessed value. And I should say you could get up to a $50,000 assessment for homestead. And we do have other exemptions that are possibilities for you if you are a veteran, if you are a senior, if you've got certain disabilities, or if you are a widow. So you can check out additional information on the website at the Lee County Property Assessor's Office or the Collier County Property Assessor's Office to determine whether or not you would qualify for any of those additional exemptions. So once a property is sold and the ownership changes hands, the exemptions, the homestead exemptions that were with that property go away as of January 1st. The new owners would want to make sure that they apply for the homestead exemption if they are Florida residents. If they close their property in January or February, they just need to submit that application by March 1st. If they close after March 1st of a calendar year, then they would apply the following year. And you always have to submit your application before March 1st for that exemption to be considered and then put on your property. One thing that people sometimes don't know is that our Florida property taxes are paid in arrears here. So our tax bills come out in November and we have until the end of February to pay them. But if you pay your tax bill in November, you actually get about a 4% discount. So they do give you a discount if you pay your taxes early. And just a side note, if you are escrowing your taxes and insurance with your mortgage company, then they of course would cover paying those taxes. So you just want to make sure that you double check that if you are escrowing. One awesome feature about the homestead here in Southwest Florida is there's a piece of it that is called the Save Our Homes benefit. What that does for you when you have a homestead exemption on your property is it makes sure that your assessed value will not increase more than 3% in any given year. So it puts a cap on it. And this is really important because it makes sure that if we have something crazy happening in our market, if you are a Florida resident on your primary home, the assessed value will not go up more than 3% in any calendar year. Now, if you are not a Florida resident, we have a lot of people who are snowbirds, who are investors, who own vacation properties, investment properties, other properties. You also have a cap. The cap for those properties is 10%. There is another cool piece to the Florida homestead exemption, the Save Your Homes portion, and that is the portability piece. So you can actually transfer your benefits to a new home if you were to sell and then purchase a new home. And this is really powerful because it allows you to just capitalize on the savings that you've had since you've been a homeowner in Florida. This is really meant to help transition our homeowners in Florida as they're moving to into a new home, so that when their assessed value resets, they have a little bit of their portability benefit that they can transfer over and help relieve some of that additional cost in the new property. Something else that we get asked sometimes is, do I pay more taxes if I'm a snowbird or if I'm a part-time resident than if I were a full-time resident of Florida? So the millage rate for all the properties is actually the same. So it doesn't matter how much you live here, if you stay here for 1 day or if you stay here for 365 days, the millage rate of the properties are the same. Each town and area has their own millage rate. But when you're a Florida resident, you do have the opportunity to apply for the homestead exemption. So there is an opportunity for you to pay less in taxes, but the millage rate for the homes, the same. So as you can see, there's a lot of reasons why taxes might be very different based on what you look at on realtor.com or Zillow, and what you might see in something that a realtor sends you and what is in reality. With Lee County, we actually have a tax estimator on the property appraiser's website, and it's a great tool to use to just kind of give you a ballpark. But like I said, it is a ballpark and it is an estimator. The millage rates are different in all the different areas. So Lee County does not have one millage rate. It has many, 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 many millage rates. So this tool is just that. It is just an estimate. And another thing I want to point out is that the property tax estimator does not account for any CDDs. So if you are looking in a neighborhood that has a community developed district attached to it, which is a charge on your tax bill, that is not going to be accounted for in that estimator. Collier County does not have their estimator. The best bet with Collier County is to actually call the property assessor's office and talk to them about where you are looking to move and find out information on the current millage rates for that property or that area. The most important thing I want you to take away from this video is that please, please, please do not use the tax rates that you see on the internet as an exact number in utilizing how much money you can afford to spend on a home here in Florida. Those numbers can be way off. I mean, I've seen them in some cases, they double when somebody purchases a home, because once the home is reassessed, it is at a much different level than the previous owner. So you cannot use that when you are budgeting for a home. That's why we're here. We've got realtors, we've got the property tax estimator on the Lee County website. So use us as a resource to make sure that you are getting correct information, because, you know, as we know, while Zillow and realtor.com, Trulia, those types of websites have a lot of great information on them. They are definitely user friendly. The reality is that those are marketing companies and they are selling ads to realtors. And when you push, call a realtor, call an agent, it is calling an agent who purchases advertising and spends marketing dollars with those companies. So they are not necessarily the most accurate. Sometimes they're right on, oftentimes they're not. So make sure that you partner with a trusted realtor so that you have a resource in your corner who is going to have your best interests at heart and be there to give you all the information you need to make the best decision for you and your family. We want to know, what questions do you have? What information do you need to make an informed decision if you're considering moving to Florida? If you've already decided to move to Florida, what information do you need to make that easier on you? We want to help. So comment below or send us a note on any of the social medias so that we can address those topics for you. Again, you can always reach me at 239-246-2322. And going along with the lines of talking about the costs of taxes and the homestead exemptions here in Florida, check out this video. What are all these fees? And it'll give you a breakdown of additional fees that you might encounter when you move to Southwest Florida.